Ah, Canada, the land of maple syrup, hockey and enough winter snow to make a polar bear reconsider its life choices. But what about the unsung heroes of Canadian culture, those steadfast companions that endure the elements with style and grace? Yes, I'm talking about the illustrious rubber boots, those squishy, colorful and sometimes floral-patterned guardians of our feet. But wait, we aren't just any rubber boots, we are particularly chatty Canadian rubber boots, and we've got a story to tell that'll make even the iciest heart warm with laughter. I was hastily tossed into a cardboard box along with a bunch of my rubbery companions. Just before we were loaded into the delivery truck, I overheard the words snowstorm and spring cleaning. Eek! Was my fate destined as a glorified puddle jumper? We are no ordinary footwear. We are Canadian rubber boots, and we've got tails that would make even the strongest lumberjack weep with laughter.
That's right, ChuckleFoot. We've spent years trudging through slush, mud, and the occasional errant moose poop. Who knew that life could be so messy? Though honestly, it's mostly your fault for stepping there.
Chuckles, guilty as charged. But hey, how else can we claim our right as true Canadian boots? You know you've made it when you're caked in a layer of Canadian terrain. We're like badges of honour, just, a bit smellier. Snorts, right? And the worst part? Fashion. Who thought that wearing giant winter boots was a prestigious fashion statement? There's just something about clomping around like a beaver on stilts that doesn't scream chic. I mean, give me a moment, and I'll create the latest runway trend, muddy couture.
Giggles. But make sure to include a complimentary splash of slush. Now, let's talk about winter enthusiasts. You know, the folks who attempt to hike while wearing the most elaborate winter outfits known to mankind. Do you ever see them get stuck, flailing like a walrus in a net?
Oh, the flailing. It's like a bizarre winter Olympic sport. Watching overgrown children flop around in the snow, you can practically hear the judges. 7.5 for effort, but where's the grace? 0 points for redemption.
Laughs. And don't get me started on ice. Yeah, sure, you might think skating is a fabulous social event until you go tumbling down, flailing your arms like a dying insect. There's nothing more entertaining than watching the local ice rink turn into a slapstick comedy. Sorry folks, but no Edmontonite really wanted to witness a live performance of Dancing with the Snowflakes.
Winks. At least in the world of rubber boots, we're equipped to deal with the unexpected. I mean, look at us. We're practically water-resistant superheroes. What do you do when confronted with a puddle? Jump in, of course. Just make sure you land gracefully, or you may end up accessorizing with a face full of muddy water.
Nodding. And then there's the wildlife. People think Canadian wildlife is all about moose and beavers. But what about the notorious geese? I swear, they've got the swagger of a lion on the savannah and the intelligence of a particularly stubborn doorstop.
Chortling. Oh yes, who knew that dancing with a gaggle of angry geese was necessary? One time I was trying to protect my human from an attack and I thought, surely this is my moment of heroism. I leaped in front of the honking brigade. They promptly turned around and honked at me instead. I'll have you know my self-esteem was shattered.
Patting ChuckleFoot. It's okay, buddy. At least we've mastered the art of being fabulous in the face of such adversity. Show me a pair of sleek suede boots trying to negotiate with a Canadian spring thaw. Ha ha! It'd be like watching a cat attempt to swim.
And let's not forget the ultimate dilemma, the choice of footwear. Imagine this. It's pouring rain and everyone's slipping and sliding on their fancy shoes. Oh dear, they say, is today the day my Louboutins meet their maker? Meanwhile, here are we, Benny and Beverly, strutting through the puddles like runway models who just soaked the competition.
Striking a pose. It's truly a cliché but real. We bring joy and an untouchable level of class to the messy party of life. So, anytime you see a pair of rubber boots perched perfectly on the porch, remember that there are stories brewing within.
Raising an imaginary glass. To the Canadian rubber boot experience, all mud and laughter ahead.
And remember, when life hands you puddles, jump in with joy. After all, life is too short to step gingerly. especially when you rock a vibrant pair of talking rubber boots.